Giving this horse a life, they're trying to manage it the best they can.
He does have PSSM.
Yeah, PSSM.
EMS. Go a bit wild in his nature.
Very overweight, really.
And he was
So he was a wild one. When he dies for grass, right? All I did, you get used to him. But remember, that's the first time you've sat in one. So you see how he's coming towards me?
every few steps, pulling you to get grass.
Oh, I don't like the busyness of London. Oh, it's a palace. This is Leicester.
What's happening?
This is Liv. She's going to get him. God, it's warm down here. We don't have it this warm.
We got the sea breeze. We've really struggled.
We've watched the temperature go higher and higher and
This
higher.
morning it was grey and it was raining.
Oh, that's on.
You okay? Okay. Right, has he got a stable he goes in?
Would you like him in the stable or in the school?
Yeah, in the stable for now, so we can all talk about him.
Let me just quickly turn this off. Yes, obviously overweight.
Probably about, what is he, about 650?
No, he's 550.
He's 550. Really good. You sure you need me?
Do you want
No, just take that off and then just... Well, he's settling now, all right, now with his bit of hay and...
Yeah.
Okay. Didn't Charlotte have a New Forest when she was a kid?
Yeah, she did. Penny.
A Penny. And I've only gone and found a picture of Penny. This is going back probably 25 years. And there's Charlotte, look, just a little kiddie there. And that was the New Forest. Penny, that great little pony. Yeah, and you had an accident on Penny.
I did.
Oh no.
Yeah, she hasn't rode since. No, it was lovely. She used to ride, Tanya did, and but we're going back.
No, don't say I haven't rode since. I rode when I got to Wales.
That's what frightened you to death, didn't it? And it
He took me
changed
through an
your-
orchard and my arm clipped a branch and
Yeah.
it went... And then he dumped me in stinging nettles.
And then the pony ran back to us. Left Tanya in
In the stinging nettles, yeah.
Oh, that would
It
put
was
me
quite
off
something.
as well.
Right, I'll ask you the question.
Yeah.
Right. Esther.
Leicester, I've had him for coming up to 4 years.
So you've had him 4 years, and
Yeah.
how old was he? Yeah.
He's 7 now.
7. So it's a nice age.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice age.
Nice looking stables and tidy in there,
Yeah.
isn't it? Look at that.
Lovely.
Hey, boy.
Okay, and physically, there's no problems.
He does have PSSM.
Yeah,
and
PSSM.
EMS, but he's signed off by the vet to be
Okay.
work.
Have you noticed with the PSSM things gradually getting worse now?
I think it fluctuates throughout the year, so he's always been on the heavier side, and I know that can impact his body. So he can sometimes go a bit wild in his nature.
PSSM, people won't know what that is, a lot of people, and I'll explain that on. Yeah. I think it can be various forms, can't it? But it can make them tie up and be difficult and be in pain.
Oh, really?
More as they get older.
Yeah,
Some horses have to be put down for a minute, really.
yeah. It was only because he had a little field injury that we went down the investigation route, and our vet's he's very up to date with all the different sciences, so he recommended.
Did they do a hair test for that?
Yeah,
A hair
he
test,
had. So he's been tested for PSM 1 and 2.
Okay. So guys, it's really important that I mention this. You just heard a mention of EMS and PSSM, okay? I think it's important for me to explain very briefly what those are, what that can cause. Now, I think it was about 250 miles away from our home. I was doing a group, I think there was 6 horses I was doing on a loop for that. And that was about the 3rd visit. And my brief was, what did Tanya write down? This horse was bargy, could be a bit sour, dives very strongly for grass, and riding wise, 1 rein stop to put the start of a 1 rein stop, because this horse has got quite a thick neck and it doesn't want to flex very well, and it needed the 1 rein stop connecting to the feet, or the start of it anyway. That was my brief, and we turned up and there's this New Forest, very overweight really, which the owner did say yes, He is overweight and we're doing our best. Now, they really are up against it with these diseases, guys, with the weight-wise and everything, because, you know, you can't feed sugars, you can't put these horses on grass. It can be horrendous. So you have to have high-fat diets. And what's happened is, very, very quickly, this horse, Leicester, has put loads and loads and loads of weight on. Now, PSSM, very, very prevalent in the quarter horse world, actually. You've got to test horses to see if they've got it, because it's not a pleasant thing to have, guys. PSSM, polysaccharide storage myopathy. I think that's what it is. I'll probably get corrected. And basically, horses that have got PSSM, there is 1 and 2. And 2 is a little bit worse, really, and that's what Leicester's got. He has got the 2. And basically, these horses, they can't store the sugars properly, and it can affect their muscles terribly, and they can tie up. That's where they can't move. It can, as they get older, a lot of horses will get worse with it, get muscular pains, they get hard muscles. So yeah, it's a horrible thing to have, guys. And the EMS, equine metabolic syndrome, that's what that is. And that's to do with insulin, the way that the insulin and sugars, I mean, it's very, very connected, really. But EMS can make horses, ponies mainly, really susceptible to having founder, which is laminitis. And, you know, so this Leicester has got it always, hasn't he? And a lot of horses would be put down, to be honest. I know loads and loads and loads are put down for this problem. And in all fairness to the owners, you know, they're giving this horse a life. They're trying to manage it the best they can. And, you know, that's it. That's the situation. So I've been called in. I didn't know about those things till I got there, till I'm hearing it now. And I'm trying to think, actually, I think I have had quite a few horses with this problem, guys, with the PSSM. In fact, I'll show you a quick picture, a few photos of some of the ones I did have. Yeah, what a shame. Look at these two, the 2 saddled youngsters there. They both had it. I didn't know at the time. And this mare here had it. Only found out that years later from the owner. And this one had it. In fact, I reckon I've had about 10. Thinking about it now, I think I have had about 10 horses, and we didn't test we're talking years ago now. We didn't test like we do now. You can test with a bit of hair or blood sample. But guys, if you're going to buy a horse, especially a quarter horse, because it is quite common, have your horse tested that you're going to buy. Important, test for PSSM. You know, if there was something you would like out with today from me, what if there was one thing?
My mum gave me a list, so I think she wants just on the ground being a bit more
Respectful.
respectful on the ground. But he's very food orientated, so.
Now I'll quickly say here, guys, attempts were made to improve his behaviour with clicker training, positive. I think they called it positive reinforcement. It really wasn't positive for him. I wouldn't say disaster, but things were not working out with the clicker training, because he's very, very food orientated.
Every few steps, pulling you to get grass. I think also with mounting, my mum wanted a bit of help to try and get him to like turn to
the mountain block.
Side up
Yeah.
at the mountain block.
Do you ride him very often?
Yeah, I've started riding.
Several times a week, do you think?
I'd say maybe like 4 or 5 days he gets exercise. He gets long
Lunged?
rein,
Yeah, long way.
light lunging and ridden.
Okay, and where do you ride him?
We've got Hacking just opposite.
No school?
I school him very rarely.
That's a good one.
Want me to
Yeah, I've got
carry?
it, yeah. Light as well, look at that time.
That's good. Oh, ours is the same, but only a 2-step. Hello, William. Is this your toy? That's a nice toy, isn't it? Hey? Hello.
Yeah, plastering, so he's good for spraying.
Yeah.
He's good for spraying.
Travelling
We've
5
got
hours.
some really difficult horses to go to over the next few days.
Okay. Thanks.
Really good. Pull in.
Do you want me to get one of mine, or do you want
Let me try that.
The red one.
to? That's it.
It's like being in Las Vegas, this is.
Oh, I'd rather be in Vegas.
And me.
No offence, Lest.
And me. Yeah, and me. Yeah, no offence.
No, I'm going next year for a wedding.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, my boyfriend's best man. So.
Oh, cool.
Whose?
Is it one of those where?
Oh, they don't want Elvis or anything. They want a traditional English wedding.
What?
In
We have
Vegas.
Elvis.
No, we sat in a pit.
Did you get married
No,
then?
we got remarried. We got
best thing ever.
we got we
thought it would be just like.
we renewed our vows after
thought it would be
33
Mickey Mouse.
years, and we sat in a pink Cadillac.
Guys, as I'm making this video, I've just said that. I've just looked through the window and there's the photo of the Cadillac when we redid our vows. And there we are, look. And it was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it was a great experience. And they picked us
No,
up.
I
yeah.
love it. I think if you're going to Vegas, you've got to do
It
it.
was
Oh,
the
it's
best
brilliant.
thing.
We loved it.
We thought it was going to be real Mickey Mouse. We had our friends with us. Oh, it's going to be so silly. It was like proper. We went down and she was beautiful, the one that did it, wasn't she? With
Move all the
piercing
office.
eyes.
Yeah, move all the office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
move all
different
the
class.
right, can you see how that?
that's better. That's better.
Like.
It's not going to go up by his eyes and stuff.
Yeah. My mum will be upset about that.
Well, she can change the other one, can't she?
Straight, straight. 3, 2, 1, stop. He leans a little bit, but back him up again. 3. Look at his feet. Lovely. And can you see if you can disengage his hindquarters for me? Take his hind end round. A bit more so he crosses his back end. His back end you've got to cross. Nice. And then walk away. Yeah, walk away. And then do the other side. Disengage the other side.
This way.
Yeah. Look at his, always look at his feet that you're trying to move. So go towards his hind end, lovely. So he disengages, good. So physically he looks good there. Back up another 2 again. 1, 2. Okay. I know he's got a thick neck. Can I just see if you can flex him a little bit? You know, stand at the side and get him to flex around. Well, I know your mum wants help with the one rein stop. That's something that's going to be really important because, oh, yeah, try and get yourself into his body.
I don't know if I'll be able
Okay, don't do that then. But can you understand what I'm saying? We need to be able to flex him to have a one rein stop.
to. And if I had the rein and I was like.
Right. Okay. Well, we will put the reins on in a little while. Yeah. I just want to see him physically if we're going to be working on stops and things. Very good, very good. And then slow him up. You know that he tends to begrudgingly look a bit sour when you ask him to move out a little bit. Yeah. You know exactly what I'm saying. And by expression, I mean what you can see there. See the ears pin back, and it's like a begrudging look. Now it could be something to do with his muscles, but not really sure. At the moment. Does the vet think he's in any sort of discomfort, or is he pretty happy?
No, I think the vet's happy.
Yeah, okay.
He's aware that there's times where
Yeah,
he could be a bit
okay.
sore.
So this might be a thing where he has been a little bit of discomfort, and he kind of has learned. Send him through. Send him through. Yeah, okay.
I'm a Scouser, by the way.
Oh, are you? Nothing wrong with a good Scouser. Right, so that's the mountain block. Try again, go around for me. Now, we've watched Liv.
Yeah.
He's so well behaved with Liv for what we're used to.
Yeah.
For a PSSM horse, we've been to some which are really difficult. Not that way. You see how do you touch him to a stop like I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Touching him to a stop. I can't work on that much more, can I?
No, that's good. Liv's done a good job on that.
It's just a matter of making it a nice place for him. And if he wanted to keep moving, I'd lunge him here and then let him rest there. It's kind of make it his idea to be here. One last time. Now we don't want to leave there. Do you think you could get used to holding your rope a bit longer like this? I will. I'll get him on in a bit when we put the saddle on. If you get up on the block, Liv, I just want to see his reaction.
One rein stop is important.
One rein stop.
We go out hacking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one because he's not. That's the one thing.
Yeah.
He's not flexing his head for Liv.
And also, I'd be interested for you to say which eye dominance he is and whether he's got any resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. One more time. If you come into the block and then. Right, so then he knows where to. Was he broke before you got him?
I did it myself.
So the
Did you?
backstory- The backstory you could put onto this, if you wanted to, is he was spent 6 months on the New Forest. So
He was actually a new forest, yeah.
And I did it all myself.
and he was
So he was a wild one.
He was wild and he
You
was-
started a wild one.
and his dam is still on the
I know, I can
forest.
get on.
And walks, trots, and canters.
Yeah,
Canter's disconnected. He really struggles with his canter. His back legs are awful.
Yeah. Does he canter all right on the lunge?
Yeah, but
He's better off the
Yeah.
lunge. I would
Um,
say. This is me being cheeky.
yeah.
I'm really keen to try him in a Western saddle, Steve.
Well, we can.
Don't say not on
Look,
your Nelly,
you
don't
can't.
say
You
it.
can't do enough for a good boss. So we'll have a go at that, shall we? We'll put the Western one on. Yeah. Yeah, I bought one.
Congrats on the little baby foal.
Yeah, they're great, aren't they? That's really good, and you've done it yourself. Look at this, Tan.
But at least she's
Done-
being honest and she's enjoying it.
Have you actually
She's going to be a millionaire, your daughter. She's
have
very,
you
very
have
good
you
entrepreneur.
ever rode up
And you're
at the New
great as
Forest?
well.
no.
It's amazing up there. I rode. I took a horse up there. I sold a horse, and to some very wealthy people because on the park there,
Yeah.
it is expensive. It's exclusive, and I sold a lovely horse, and they said they need this horse on loan because of what's called the crab flies. You might know about them.
Yeah.
And these flies, some horses they can't cope, and they'll run themselves through fences and everything to because you can't get them off.
Creatures,
Yeah. So we left the horse on loan. It didn't work out, so we had to go all the way back up and get it.
Oh, good Lord.
But I did ride over when I went up. It was like the Serengeti. It's like Africa. And the New Forest, guys, really was amazing to ride. Although the deal didn't work out with me selling the horse, it was fantastic to go for a ride over there. And I know a lot of clinicians do, a couple of days rides up there. So yeah, if you get a chance to ride a horse in the New Forest, I don't think you'd be disappointed at all. And it is like Africa with all cattle up there, wild horses. It's amazing.
Look at that. That's beautiful. It's like watching a Western movie, cowboy movie. There's a baby with its parent.
I've had to stop the music there, guys, because of copyright. But this is, I'd mentioned I'd took a horse to the New Forest and rode across that New Forest. And this is the horse here, guys, a big, stout quarter horse, one of the biggest quarter horses I've ever owned. But I sold him, guys. I sold him, and I took him up there. It was about 250, 300 miles, and rode him across the New Forest, and it was amazing. Now, it didn't work out, that sale. I had to go and pick him back up, and he had someone else who come and bought him anyway. But I thought I'd show you a couple of little clips because I'd met somebody in America, and they said, well, look, the way to sell horses, really, if you are going to sell a horse, to show people exactly what it's like, is do a video, show all of the good points and any not so good points in a video. And I did a video of this horse, and it was 8 minutes long, and I think you'd find it interesting. I had literally 100 people, and it just shocked me. 100 least 100. It was just never ending, and Tanya kept saying, someone else wants to come, someone else wants to come. Yeah, so I find it really interesting. So I'll show you a couple of little clips. What a horse he was. I often think to myself, I wish I'd have kept him, but I know how happy he is in his new home. This is going back quite a few years actually now. But yeah, have a look at some of these clips that I've just pulled out. Just a couple of little clips from that sales video. I'll do a bit of a voiceover because there's no music. He would just lope around like an armchair. Literally like an armchair, very flat-kneed, so nice, and his trot was beautiful. There was no bounce there. So and look at the way he'd let you take the bridle off. He'd just help you out, unflappable. Literally, you could canter around flagging him. He'd be a great colt starting horse actually for helping horses. But here, look, I just say, stay where you are. Look, he just stops, and then I called him on then to get on, and you could do a day's work on him, dragging poles around. That helped him on the restart. I restarted him completely because he hadn't been the easiest for somebody, and you could just ride him through anywhere you wanted to go. Great with gates. And I put all of these, it was 8 minutes long, and I put lots of it, and I think I roped off him and did a little bit of dressage in the video as well with the music. And there, look, I didn't care about ropes. So look at that fancy little side passing and shoulder yielding. And you can understand why so many people look at his body as well. What a body. He'd load himself up. And the phone never stopped. And like I say, I do, half of me wishes I'd have kept him, but you can't keep them all. And, I helped this horse out. I restarted him. That was a little bit of in the arena, training him to just be nice and soft and a little bit more collected there. Indoor arenas, outdoor arenas. Oh, he was great. Stand beautiful to get on, and he'd wait for you. Look at the size of him, guys. I mean, loved him.
I don't know. I guess if he was on the forest, maybe he was fine with the cab.
Okay, so I'm really pleased with what you've shown me.
He's food motivated.
Yeah.
And he's not averse to sort of all of a sudden he's walking along nicely and then he'll suddenly grab grass. He goes loopy. When he's loopy, you just have to corral him.
Yeah.
Get him settled.
How's his backup with the reins? Can you reverse him, all right?
I think he finds it harder. I almost have to sit forward.
I say back. We say back rather than foot, don't we?
Yeah, I tend to. Oh, let's just bring him. Good man. Have you ever used a flag with him? Yeah. Is he used to a flag? Is he? Does he?
He'll look scared and then he'll just do the shutdown where
Yeah.
he's scared and just given up.
Well, I'll ask him to do a couple of things here just to see what I'm thinking. So, okay, let's check he's all right with it first. Yeah, I mean, he's not. Some horses, you do this and they've gone. So yeah, no, I'm quite happy with that. He's coping with that okay. So we'll see whether we can back him up with it. Yeah. Good man. Good man. And what I'm going to try and do is to try and pick him up a little bit for me. He's so slow. He's a little bit dragging in the ground. Right, so I'm releasing. What I'm showing you is what you maybe can carry on. If I can all I can do is make a start on this, and you pick up what you can. So you need his life. I think his attitude might get better if he's more responsive. Okay. I think, because his attitude can be a little bit off.
Switched off and a bit bored, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing everything that was being asked, but it was all like, do I have to? Oh, I'm sick of this. Right, so now I'm going to ask for a foot forward. Fat foot. So I'm looking at his feet here. Right. I'm going to try and disengage him. Okay. Back him up. Right. When I stop, I want to stop. Okay. So if I'm gonna right now that I don't like. No, the bullshiness and pulling for grass and things starts to make sense here. This is what I really don't like. Watch him coming straight to me here, guys. You might have missed that. I'm trying not to move here. He comes right in there, and I didn't miss that. He really did, more than it shows on camera. So I know I need to address that interpressure thing that's going on. And here again, guys, it happens. You see there, he's coming towards me. The more pressure I'm putting on, it's coming towards me. You'll see it again here. Look, he's coming. All I'm asking him to do is move around me, but he's just coming in, shoulder barging me there, coming into me. Unfortunately, he moves me. He moves me back. You know, that's typical interpressure, throwing his weight around. And do you remember I mentioned earlier, is he about 600 plus kilograms? Apparently he's 550. I mean, that is a very heavy lump of a horse. When I ask him to go now, watch his back end coming towards me. See? You see how the back end comes in? You see how he's coming towards me? Now this is golden nuggets to be able to see this. This went on for quite a while and I knew I had to get this out. And again here, look, he's coming. He's coming. He's saying, no, I'm not giving you any space. I'm going to push on you with all my bulk. And if he realised he didn't move me there though, did he? It's when these horses realise they can move you, that's when they you know, negative things come from that with horses. But yeah, it's starting. I think he's starting to get the idea now that he gives me space. Right, do you see the difference? And this is about as tough as I'm going to get with him. You all right with that? Can you see why I'm doing this? Well, he's bringing his back end. Did you notice there? I asked the owner, I think it was Liv, you know, you all right with that? I think she was getting a little bit upset because I was, you know, being very matter of fact, no shades of grey. I'm there for 2 or 3 hours. I can see there's things not good. Although there is a lot of good there, guys. I mean, she's done a brilliant, Liv had done a brilliant job breaking a horse with all the problems that there are. But I noticed, and she said, okay, and my mum said, no, we really realise, you know. And sometimes, you know, it is difficult for people when a horseman, you know, we call it firming up, but it's not. It's being black and white to be kind, really. That's what it is, guys. So yeah, so I have been in situations before where I've known the importance, especially a horse that bites, kicks, and I've firmed up, knowing that I need to do that. And there has been occasions where it's been too much for an owner, and in a couple of those situations where I didn't continue, these people got hurt. In fact, it's two people. I can single them out. I won't do that, but got hurt later because I wasn't allowed to do what I know is important. So yeah, that's an important bit, that. There. So, stop. Back up. Lovely. Now the reason this side he feels he can push on me, because he's testing me, that's what he's doing, he's thinking, let's test you out now. And I've picked that up, that he's coming with his back end to push me. It's because we lead them all the time, that side. That's the side that he's pushing on you. You know, when you stop, you didn't see it, but he's moving you every single time. You stop and you do this. So this will get all silky and lovely in a minute. Stop, boy. Tell him how good he is. Now, can you go out there? Yes. Go this way, thank you. Now, I don't know if anybody's noticing, slowly, the expression is starting to get better from him. Lester's expression, when I'm asking him to do things, yes, he's still a little bit crabby about things because it's learned behaviour, but he's looking there, he's really starting to respond to me as more of a leader to him, as more of a partner, and doing things more willingly. And that's just the start of it. That horrible expression is starting to get a lot better, and I was so pleased about that. Disengage those hindquarters. Face me. Back up. 1, 2, 3. When I stop, my foot drops back. He stops. Tell him how good he is.
I think it's just like at first you're like, oh god, like you feel bad, because then you start thinking, oh, are they naughty because they're in pain? But I guess once they learn, then you don't.
No, what he's got to do, and it's not easy to get.
Yeah.
He's got all they crave is leadership, really, so that they can sit down. But leadership, we've got to have impulsion. Yeah. Now it sounds to me like he comes up when he's out.
Yeah, he loves
Right, that's coming up inappropriately. So we've got to be able to bring it up and bring it down. And the more we can do that by, now I'll tell him how good he is there. And now he's leaning on his front. So I might just look at his feet and just ask him to back up, because what would happen then? He would keep creeping on me. But loads of praise, loads of praise. Yeah.
He always barges me a bit.
Flap the barging as he comes in. You got to try and say that that's not acceptable. Yeah, and that's where I'm trying to get him used to flag. So the flag's gonna have more meaning for you about your space and everything. So can he step out to my right? Can he step out to my right? Yes, he can. See, I'm looking for an attitude, a nice. It's unbelievable. So now that was a very important little bit of that. Then I just asked him to stop. Attitude, can you go? Yes, you can see the difference there. Stop. Now I'm going to tell him how good he is, because he is good. He is good. I'm going to see if I can disengage his hindquarters. Now when he does a nice one, I walk out. This is something you could do. You've got to walk towards the hindquarters, lift your hand, and then walk out. Because that side is not so good. That's where he wants to push on you.
What, the left side?
That side is not so, he wants to push his hip to you rather than.
And that is the side that he had the sore leg on.
There's a nice one. It turned out to be a little bit quick in the end. Stop. Tell him how good he is. Back at one pace. So if I can just start having a real connection to those feet. Now I did that because... And that's the first time I've sent him across grass, and he dives down there. He's quite strong the way he dived down, and that's what the problem is. You can't get him up. He goes down for feed because he's desperate, really. Even he doesn't realise he's ill. And yeah, I was really black. That's what I mean by being black and white. I told him no way unless I ask, allow you to. And there, because I was so black and white, look, he goes, I send him through again over the grass. He goes to think about it. My flag comes up and then he thinks better of it and moves on. So that flag's really having a meaning to him, and it's offsetting his mind from diving for grass. I'll give him a break because that's a lot for him, that. Stop. One, two, oh. How we can do it is, I'm just showing you and putting some of the more respect in there for the handler, for the human, which will help him mentally. Stop. You see, can I just show you, look, watch my hand, look, it's nothing. For a minute. Right, I'm going to try and get a flex with him. Mine. I can bring him in here, into my bubble. Stop. He's got to work that out. No, that's enough. That's enough for me. Thank you. Thank you. One more foot. You see, I decide when. He can't just come in and... Because if he realises that, that's how he's going to be strong out there and say, really, you can't control me and I can push on you. You see, all you're doing when you ride him is you're leading him, but from his back. Does that make sense? You're just leading them, but from their backs. I just want this back up a bit better with him. That's good. So we'll use that in the saddle. Feet forward that way. Disengage. Stop. Back up. Now from this. Yes. So can you definitely see for the few tugs and pushes here and there, have you noticed a change? Yeah. Well, that's what you want. Yeah.
And the enthusiasm.
The more he keeps doing that slovenly thing and pushing on you, the less of a horse he'll be for you. So I'm trying to get through to you. But everything I saw you doing was brilliant for what we usually are used to. Right, so we'll see if he can flex. We'll see if he can flex. So I'm going to hold the halter. I'm going to push my hip into his side and see if I can just get... He's moving his feet, which I don't want, so I'm going to just hold here until he can think about stopping his feet and flexing. There. I don't know if you caught that. Did you see that at all? Yeah. Right, a little give there. They're not bad, mate, if he gives. So he might move his feet. So I'm thinking it here and I'm pushing my hip in, pushing my hip in, pushing my hip in, waiting for him to try and make a decision to give to this. I'm trying to hold the pressure. See, he gave just, he kind of tipped his jaw a little bit there, but he tried to give to it. Yeah. And so give him a little break. Little tip, but the nice thing is he's not moving his feet. Yeah, so that's a good basis to start with the bit. Because your mum really wants to see him in the Western one. Would you be happy to sit in that for a bit and then I'll...
Yeah, I don't know how they work,
Now, if he dives for grass, which sounds to me like it's one of his problems, yeah. Right, what I would do, like I say, you've got to carry these with you. Yeah. If he dives for grass, then I'll show you what I would do. So there'll be a consequence to him diving for grass if I haven't said do it to him. So you're not going to be violent or anything, but he knows we're thinking it, right? When he dives for grass, right, all I did was tap an imaginary spider or something there, right? Didn't make it personal about him, right? It's when we make it personal, yeah. So, is that quite good for him? For not diving for grass? So you've got to be aware in your peripheral vision, because it is a dreadful, horrible problem. You constantly, they're diving for grass, constantly pulling your arms, you're constantly having to pull them up, and that can cross over to the riding. So all I'm saying, and there's lots of different things you can do, like you can take the hindquarters, when they do it, every time they do it, take the hindquarters round rather than pull them. But I found the best way is to ignore them, but have an imaginary something that you tap. And you won't have to do this for very long. 5-6 times, well timed. And while you've got the lead rope and the flag in your hand, he won't even consider eating grass. It's not worth it to him. Come on. No? Would he have gone for grass by now?
Yeah.
So I'm ready, see? I'm ready when he does. I want him to do it for you. So he went for a fly, but he didn't go down, is he? And if you've noticed, his attitude is a little bit better. Have you really? Leadership and respect of space. It's not easy to get. And in all fairness, you are a feelings type of person, which is really, that's fantastic.
My job.
Is it? What are you?
Well, I've just graduated from psychology degree, so that's why.
Yeah, it's feelings based. With horses, we have to balance that. So just smile whenever you do anything to say, come on now, come on. Try and smile about it, it'll make you feel better. But look, I've left this really loose. I know you said he can be very chatty with his mouth. Now, it's not clanking his teeth, but he's picking that up himself now on his tongue. And what we're going to just check, because it's important for you to have one rein stop, and all I can do today is put the start of that in. You have to teach that in. It's a course of, often practicing it. So the start of a one rein stop, the first thing is we've got to get the flex. Now I know his neck looks thick, but I have seen him 3 or 4 times with you coming back here with his nose for the flies. So he can flex that big neck, all right? All right. So I'm going to lift at the buckle, run my hand down, right? And then I'm going to touch him and I'm going to push my hip in and I'm going to see whether I can get him to hold. That's lovely. I'm just waiting for a little give here. A little try, he's pulling. So I'm going to, there, a little try, all right? I'm going to just bump him up a little bit there. I don't want him throwing his head down. So again, now he's had a break. I'm going to lift at the buckle, run my hand down. I'm going to touch him, push my hip in and bring his head around. Lovely. Reach up, reach down, touch him, push my hip in, see whether I can get this without his feet moving. Now if it moves, I'm going to try and stick with this now. So this is the spin you were talking about. Yeah, but that's all right. So I'm going to see if I can stay with this now till he can stop his feet. I'll try and touch him. I'll touch his croup. Right. And then wait for him to give. Right. This is what you have to do. Get it really good on the ground and then transfer to the saddle. Now the saddle he might spin, but me and Liv will make sure of that. No. So he's had a little break there. So now let's see if he spins. If he does, he does. We're going to lift up, reach down, touch him, put my hip in and wait for him to give, take my hip off. Lovely. Tell him how good he is. All right. Right, let's see this. It's a little bit stiffer this side, but we'll see. Wait for him to give now. If I push my hip in to give him a little bit more. Now I'm going to stay with this. There. Gave a little bit. Tell him how good he is. Okay, let's see then. So I'm going to take up two reins.
But I don't know if he'd do it from the ground. But I don't really do it.
There.
I do it like that.
And you've got a nice back up there. So you see when he's giving and I'm giving. Just pick up two reins now. He's back in there. So I would do that about a lot. Before you ride, I'd get him flexible sideways, like we just done, right? Which is getting better already. Other than the fact, I know you have done it. But for a one rein stop, you need these procedures really.
So in an emergency, if you're out packing,
Two reins, you'll never.
fell in front of the horse, you need
But
to...
I could just do it with both reins.
Well, listen to what Steve's got.
Well, look, I would never ride a young horse unless I taught one rein stop on the ground. You know, I need that. You'll never stop if a horse is in trouble.
Yeah.
You'll never stop with two reins. Two reins never has solved a problem in horse history, but you can bend them to a stop. You can bend them out of trouble. I would get this real nice so that immediately I would get that. There is a delay, but I'd keep doing that until there's no delay, till as soon as he feels two corners of his mouth, so the snaffle breaks and comes backwards, then he would give. So I like the fact that he's, right, there. 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 Can you see how that's looking? You know, and if you practice these, they're all what make you ride better. Okay. Right. Right, and try and put it so that it's... That looks good. It feels... Really? Well, that saddle's made him look skinnier. He was. Go to your right. You get used to them, but remember that's the first time you've sat in one, so the fact that you're riding like that, it's always good. Takes some people ages to even get me out of this saddle. Right, see if you can back him up a couple. I just said it's your mum that wanted it on, but well, yeah, why not? You got a chance. Follow me here. Come. I'm going to see if I can go for my first one rein stop. So I'm going to lift up, run my hand down, touch him. There he did get a little bit lost, guys. You could see he was on the edge of panic, and some horses can bolt when that happens. So, but the most important thing most important thing for me there was not to let go, to not let him have peace and comfort for getting upset and for pulling on the rein. Because for a one rein stop, he's got to know that that's a way to sanctuary. If he gets lost or he's running off, that's the way he gets peace, is to follow the one rein stop. So it's so important there that I just stayed quiet in the saddle, and it's not always possible. And really, if you get anything like that going on and you know you can't really cope with it, you'll make things worse. So get a trainer, get someone who knows how to do that sort of stuff. But remember, in the saddle, he doesn't, up to this point, doesn't flex very well, and he thinks, like a lot of horses, that reins do need movement. So it was good that he searched there and stopped. I was really pleased with that. Guys, Charlotte, my daughter Charlotte, bought me a present, and I'm not kidding. It says, it's just check. I mean, I know you can't say it's life changing, but it really, really has made a difference to me, the day-to-day running of my ranch here. So here's a little video of what that is. Keep doing this. Blooming Nora. Dear.
So did you like my new present I found you, my little gadget?
The gadget, this, what's it called? Seal stop.
Seal stop, yeah.
Guys, this for years. As you get older, your memory goes a bit, doesn't it? For years, I've been leaving water on.
You've been shouting at me for leaving water on. You shouted at Mum for leaving water on.
We even went away for 2 days.
He is the worst.
I'd left the water on, and we're on a meter here, and it cost an absolute fortune. Problem solved. That's it. Right, it's stopped. That seal stopped. I'll show you how it fits on in a second. That is full now.
We should move it to the next one.
Take it over, take it off, and it starts. Put it to the next one. Leave it clipped on. Look, see it clipped on.
Yeah.
And then that'll stop. Put it on buckets. Just clip it on a bucket.
Or put it on that pink bucket that's already full.
Yeah, but that's already full.
Yes, but it will stop.
Yeah. Stop.
Look at that.
So basically,
You're spending to save.
already saved the money.
Yeah.
It was a present, but there you go. So that will fill up. You will not regret having these now. We only promote what we genuinely believe in.
Yeah.
So Charlotte's got some on your shop.
Well, I bought some to take to demos and showcases and things like that.
Yeah.
But I have got a few that I have put on my Charlotte's Crafty Pony shop. But if anybody wants to contact me, I can.
Show you something.
I can. Oh, yep.
This is how easy it is, Charlotte. That is still stop. Everyone's got these little fittings for their hose pipe. That is it.
Yeah.
Fitted.
Done.
And that's it. And that is it.
Well, while
So
you're
everyone
there,
should get one.
can you stick it on one of the buckets that need filling?
So that's seal stop. Love them. Get them. And did you say, Charlotte, that you wanted to give a halter away?
Yes. So
Let
I have.
me grab one. I'll show you.
Yeah, we have a box of halters that Mum said that I can give one free away with each one sold from me. Hello, Frankie. Hello, Mr. Darcy. Well,
Beautiful little halter.
well, maybe not one size fits all, just one size available.
Yeah.
There you go. That actually fits her very well.
Yeah.
Might keep that one for myself.
Look at that. Lovely.
While stocks last.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, do you agree with that, Mr. Darcy?
So, first of all, No, I'm fine. So first of all, getting him to give from the saddle, just to stand still really. So I want to be able to run my hand down, touch him and get a flex. Run my hand down, touch him and get a flex without moving his feet. Touch him, get a flex without moving his feet. Touch him, get a flex without moving his feet. So that's number one, okay? Now I'm going to touch him, hold, rub on him, and just see whether he can just find the stop, which he did. Which he did. So here, I'm just going to hold and wait, touch him, see whether he can find it. When he stops his feet and goes quiet, touch his neck, hold. This is good for people to see, you know, he's convinced that the rein means move. So I'm going to touch him. Right, so this is starting to get better. There will be the odd breakdown from it. Reach down, touch him, hold, touch his neck. I'm totally quiet with my body. He should not be moving. That rein shouldn't be telling him to move. Do you accept what I'm saying? The reins don't mean movement. Our legs, seat, and that's what means movement. Legs and seat. He's getting really light in his neck, you see. Can you see how that lightness is coming in his neck? Yeah, we're getting there. Right. Now when he goes forward on his own, it doesn't matter. If he does, you just practice your one rein stop. If you pull two reins to stop in, you're just going to get hard mouthed. So that's walk, touch, stop. Lovely. Go soft. Walk, touch, stop. Lovely. Stand still. Oh, look at this. Big neck like that, you'd never believe he could do that, would you? You'd never believe that. How light that's getting. You've watched that build, you know, it doesn't, you just got to be persistent and keep releasing for a lightness. A couple of more. Now, if he went down to eat grass, what would you usually do? A one rein pull. Because I use one rein and I just do a little, right? Now, I know that seems a little bit, you're better off black and white. It's the grey that gets them in trouble. Oh, what you just done with my boy. day 2, that would not he would not be going down because he runs into a bump. But what we do for years, we keep pulling him up. We keep pulling him up, telling him off. I see it all the time. Clear it up for him. And I know that'll be difficult for you, but I think you have got some of that in there to be able to clear it up for him. Do you want to sit on then? Let's tell him how good he is. The middle, right? No pressure in mouth, but then this will become the one rein. Stop running down. On your neck. On the neck with your... Yes. Beautiful. How did that feel?
Yeah, a lot lighter.
Do that, he's stopping. Right, now don't forget to here. On the neck, and to your hip. Yes. And how does that feel?
Good. Good.
Yeah?
Stuff.
Does it feel lighter?
Yeah.
All right. So we get your mum now.
So when you get off, you keep your foot in the stirrup.
Well, I do, but you don't have to. You've heard me say it. The juice has got to be worth the squeeze. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, go. On you get. Good girl. You're going to run this down. So just, about there.
Yeah.
That has to go on the neck. Yes. Now bring it to here. Go on, bring it to there. There, look at that.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Amazing.
Yeah, let that go.
I feel more secure in it.
She wants one. Well done, you.
I didn't do that very well, but he knew what I wanted.
Yes, well done.
Hard.
That was good.
No, it wasn't. It was him, but well done.
But
to him.
yeah,
Teach him.
try again. Go out, and if he gets, you just keep doing little one rein stops, and he'll slow him down. Yes. Try not to keep your body. Don't twist your body too much. How did that feel?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Okay. Do you want to follow me again?
Yeah, I want to do a trot in this.
Okay. How did it feel jogging?
Nice.
They're great, aren't they, them saddles? You go all
Well,
day.
that wasn't the easiest of visits, guys. Was there quite a few hours. Obviously, in that time, he had some breaks. We took him back into the stable a couple of times, give him breaks. It wasn't the easiest. I had to be very aware of his diseases and try and figure out the best way to spend my time there. I did see definite improvements, getting the flex in the neck, getting the one rein stops, all in that session. It was a lot to do. And normally I would not do that much. It's because I'm so far from home. And normally I wouldn't do that much in a session, a tenth of that. But that's the necessity of what I do when I go so far. I have to get a lot done quick. How are they getting on? Much better. We had a message back. And also they're managing to get his weight down a little bit more now. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I think it's a combination of obviously diet, but they're managing to do a certain amount of exercise. I think they're probably riding him out more as well now. So, you know, I really feel sorry for the girls because they work so hard on giving him a life, really, and those two diseases are not good. They're not easy to cope with. I certainly couldn't with my lifestyle. I couldn't cope with that kind of commitment. I wouldn't be able to do it. And a lot of people can't, and a lot of those horses become so difficult, they have to put down, and you know, they can become very dangerous and unpredictable. So we'll have to watch that space. For our horsemanship demo, guys, Saturday 5th of April, Barleylands Equestrian Centre in Essex. Bring a chair. We've done 2 before there, and they've been really good, successful demonstrations, and everyone's enjoyed it. It's a great facility as well. So there's the plug for that. And also, we're only doing a couple of events this year, guys. That's one at Billericay, and there's also our ranch day at our place, at our ranch, and that's Saturday the 21st of June. And yeah, get your tickets booked in, guys. Get hold of Tanya for any of those 2 events, and make sure you're safely in. And the ranch days are great, guys. It's a full day, and Tanya cooks meals and everything, and we have outside horses come, so you see those live, loads of questions and answers, just lovely. See the tack we use,
ask what you want, try our saddles out. It's just, yeah, real popular, good day. And I think there's not only laughter and a good time, but loads and loads of learning. There's nothing like seeing something live to learn as well. And you meet all our horses. So that's the end of that video, guys. I think there's an awful lot in that video, a lot to learn. A little bit of entertainment as well. We try to do that. But yeah, guys, if you can like, share, comment, check out our subscription sites, and yeah, see you on the other side again. Good video coming next week, I think, as well. Yeah. So yeah, guys, happy trails. I'm off.